my friends, a lot of you guys have been asking about tips for improvisation. So today I'm gonna make another improvisation video, and make sure to check out my playlist. I have a ton of videos on improvisation, and today I'm gonna take it from the basics. So one thing you need to be really strong in order to get comfortable improvising is you need to know your chords, and you need to know your keys. And keys are basically sets of chords, so you should start by learning all the chords. And the fast trick to do that is to play the circle of fifths. You can like have C. Let me fix this one up. You can draw all the 12 chords or all the 24 chords on a circle, and you can go put them around clockwise. So you can start at, usually put in C at 12 o'clock. So we have C, and this is a major chord when it's when you have 3 half notes in between, and then you skip 2 notes, and then you have the next chord in line here is G, and then you think like clockwise, so it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and you skip 3 and skip 2, and skip 3 and skip 2. So 2 o'clock is D, 3 o'clock is A, 4 o'clock is E, 5 o'clock is B, and 6 o'clock is F sharp or G flat, and both keys have a lot of sharps and flats. 6 sharps and flats in G sharp. And the next key is C sharp or D flat, but C sharp has 7 sharps and D flat only has 5 flats, so D flat is more practical if you need to write the music down. D flat, E flat, D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, F. That's all of them. Try to do that. C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, F. You just need to see that pattern, and then if you can do that exercise, you can play all the chords. That's the major chords we're focusing on. And in between like 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock, we have like the parallels. So you will notice that E minor is a parallel to G, or it's in between C and G. We have this E minor, and that's what I would think of as 12:30, and 1:30 is B minor, 2:30 is F sharp minor, and so on. So if you know your circle of fifths, then you know your chords. So when you see C minor, you can play C minor, and when you see an extension, you know this is the 7th, and this is the 9th, and this is the 11th, and the 13th, and we typically don't have a 15th because that's just the root note again, unless we go super Lydian, then we also can have a C sharp as the 15th degree, and so on. But 7 chords, and they all like C minor 7 is related to G minor 7. They are like pearls in a string. So you need to know your chords in order to know where you put your fingers. All right, so next thing you should check out is the pentatonic scales. Because if you're singing over these chords, you will typically find the pentatonic scale with your voice. So those are all the most central notes, and that's our first go-to scale when we are gonna solo. And the pentatonic scale, you can also always think as the black notes as a reference. This is the E flat minor pentatonic scale, so we can transpose that to get the E minor pentatonic scale, or the F minor pentatonic scale, or the F sharp or G flat, and so on. And now we need the C minor pentatonic scale. So you skip 2, skip 1, skip 1, skip 2, skip 2, skip 1, skip 1, skip 2. And then we just need to play with these notes. That could actually be step 1, but know your chords as well. Use both hands. And you can like have a handful of 5. And roll them up and down. Have handfuls of 2 and 3. That's really good for runs. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Alright, so you know your chords, you know your pentatonic scales. You can play Pentatonic scale with an octave apart or 2 octaves apart. Alright, so, and you need, there's no shortcuts to this, you just need to play and have fun, because you won't get good at this in 1 day or 1 week. But systematic approach is a great approach. So let's think about the rhythm here. Start counting 3, 4. This one is in 4, 4, 3, 4. Let's try and play the whole notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So we're only targeting the first beat. 1, 3, 4. All right, that's the most basic rhythm. Include the left hand. Let's play half notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, and you can do this with 1 note, or you can do it with the pentatonic scale. So now we play on the 1 and the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is really important to get the half note feel. What about the quarter note? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Use both hands, maybe right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And it's always a good exercise to just go up and down a scale. Now we start subdividing, so we know our quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We also have 8th notes. 1, 2, 3. So we can count and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 8th notes can be fun. You can make 8th note patterns like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what comes after 8th notes? We can check out the 16th notes. And I really like to take a pattern of 4 and do that 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th notes, and we do that double speed. And that could be a little bit tricky, so maybe you need to use both hands or find a slower backing track. A really pro tip here is to like split it up between the hands, so you go left, right, 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 or left, left, right, right. But I think 1 note in the left hand is pretty common. So you make these groups of 4, like left, right, right, right. That's your 16th notes. You could also check out the 32 notes. I don't even know what that's called. That's double speed again. And I think that's most practical when we are going into like broken chords. But let's stick with the 16th notes for now. Okay, we also have the uneven subdivisions. So we can go, we can take out 8 notes, and instead of, or quarter notes, or instead of dividing them in 2, we can divide them in 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so that's like our 12th. We subdivide in 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 times 3 is 12. And then a rhythm that that's a lot of people have a hard time figuring out is the swing feel. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. These are the swung quarter notes. Da 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 da. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Long and short, long and short, long, short, long, short, long, short. And this comes from the 12th, the 12 eighths. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. So we like leave out all the 2s. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you need to get comfortable with all these different subdivisions, and you can also subdivide in 5, but that's pretty jazzy, so let's leave that for now. Alright, what will be my final tip here? Let's expand the blues scale with the blue note. So we can think of this as like C minor and E flat are in the same parallel keys. So C minor pentatonic is the same notes as E flat major pentatonic. And then we kind of mix in the E flat minor third as well. So we have this 1, 2, 3, and we also have 1, 2, 3. This is the blue note. So that's all guitarists' favorite scale, the blues scale. You can just, when you learn these patterns, then you can really just stop thinking and just that's really nice to just stop thinking sometimes and just play some blues. We could also go for the major scale. Now we're getting a little bit jazzy. Notice I'm switching my feel all the time. Maybe I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So mixing a little bit of these 12 eighths and the swung 8th notes. And the 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. I'm not even sure what it is. Is that 32 notes? Maybe. So the major scale, you can think of it as like the white notes from C. 1, 2, 3. Skip 1, skip 1. And skip nothing between the 3 and the 4, but go with your thumb. 4, 5, 6. 7, and you skip, skip, skip. So it's whole notes all the way except between the 3 and the 4. So that's the important thing when it comes to major scales. So if you think from E flat, then it's a whole note, you skip a half note, a whole note, and then the 4th note is a half note, and then it's a whole note and a whole note and a whole note. So major scales are basically just whole notes except between the 3rd and the 4th degree. Fingering. We need to group this in 2 groups. So if we start on a black key, we start with the typically index finger or a middle finger. So we can go thumb. This is our first group, and thumb again. This is our second group. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe try playing with all the C groups. And all the F groups. And then mix them. The important part is using the same fingers. Alright, that was a lot of tips in one video. If you sat all the way through, then I salute you. I think I better stop here because this was a pretty advanced one, but that's some ideas for you. So have fun with that and have a beautiful day.